Humphrey Show.
All right, Wayne Allen Root, this is War. I'm the guest host for Rusty Humphreys today. Today is flying by. Extend the three. Come on, guys. 3 hours isn't enough to get my points out. I hope I'm making that point clear that we need more time. Come on. We could just kind of give me half of the next show or something. What's a couple hours between friends? I promise you all we talk about Obama at Columbia University. My name is Wayne Allen Root. My website, by the way, root4america.com. Root4america.com. ROOT 4america.com. My book, of course, The Ultimate Obama Survival Guide, one of the top bestsellers of the year, finance and political, with all the angles about Obama. But here is the key thing that I talked about in my book, is how Obama learned to destroy America from within at Columbia University. I call it boil the frog slowly. That's really what it is. But the reality is, we learned something at Columbia. It was Cloward and Piven and Saul Alinsky and boil the frog slowly. Those are the three things that we talked about at Columbia University all the time, meaning the students at Columbia were so radical. They were always talking about Saul Alinsky, Rules for Radicals, which is Obama's mentor, the guide of his life. And I don't know how many of you know, but don't take my word for it. Go to the library or go to Barnes & Noble or buy it at Amazon and open the front page, open the book, the cover, and the front page, the first page of the book is dedicated to Lucifer, the devil. It really leaves you speechless. How is it possible that the United States of America elected a guy who admits his mentor is Saul Alinsky, and Saul Alinsky's main book is dedicated to Lucifer the devil? You couldn't make this stuff up. I'm not a Christian preacher, and I don't spend a tremendous amount of time in church, although I am a Jew-turned-evangelical Christian. I pray to God every day, but I don't spend a lot of time in church, and I don't give lectures. I don't give a Sunday lecture, a Sunday sermon. And yet, it's so amazing to me that the front page of Obama's mentor's book is dedicated to Lucifer the devil. What kind of a human being would consider that one of the great books you've ever read and model your life after it? So at Columbia, we sat there and we talked about all the ideas in Rules for Radicals, and we talked about all the ideas of two Columbia professors named Cloward and Piven. And Cloward and Piven, Richard Cloward and Frances Piven, husband-wife Columbia University professors, came up with a plan to destroy America. Destroy it. And if you don't believe that people at Columbia wanted to destroy America, I was there. I'm a witness. I was the pet conservative. They patted me on the head and said, good boy, here's a bone, and go away. 700 kids, 699 communists, and one conservative. I was it. And, they kind of treated me okay, they kind of were willing to tolerate me because I was the only ones. They didn't feel like I could cause any damage, and I was so badly outnumbered, they didn't feel like it would ever matter. But the reality is that they openly bragged about being communists, socialists, and Marxists. Proudly. Even though all of them came from wealthy families, or perhaps because they came from wealthy families, they felt such guilt. They hated rich people and despised business owners. And my classmates at Columbia talked about how the white power structure had to be dismantled, even though they were almost all white. And business owners had to be bankrupted, and capitalism had to be destroyed, overwhelmed and destroyed. Everything in their minds was based on America being a nation filled with inequality, minorities held down their whole lives, and we have to build a new country out of social justice based on this concept of social justice. This is what I heard ad nauseum all day, every day at Columbia University. And by the way, I've become friends with people at Harvard and Yale and Princeton and Duke, and at every one of these amazing Ivy League universities, this is what the professors preach. This is what the crazy kids think about all day. They're communists. They say it, not me. And so just 2 weeks ago, I think it was a Duke professor, I think a white one actually, who said white people can't help it. The day they're born racist. It's in their veins. Doesn't matter if they deny it. Doesn't matter how nice they seem. All white human beings are racist. This is the kind of crap taught at Ivy League universities. And this was what was taught at Columbia 30 years ago when I was there. 30 years later, here's a Duke University professor saying the exact same thing. So nothing has ever changed. Everything's about social justice. Sound like anyone you know in the White House? Income redistribution. Does that sound like we have to spread the wealth around? Does that ring a bell? How about if you own a business, you didn't build that? Does that sound a little bit like communism? Sure does to me. How about Obama's hatred of Republicans and refusal to negotiate with Congress? He thinks he's morally superior to conservatives. Well, that came from Columbia, too. That was born at Columbia University because in 1981, a student burst through the doors to our political science class and he screamed, "The president's been shot. They've assassinated Reagan." And guess what the reaction was from my class of about 200 plus kids? Giant class. Celebration, high fives, and a standing ovation because they thought Reagan was dead. Can you believe that? Is that amazing? But I witnessed it. I witnessed it completely. So, quite amazing. And these are the kids who grew up, and today I get the Columbia College Today, the journal that tells you where they're at in life, what their careers are like, and every single one of them is either in government, working for Barack Obama, that's why our country's so screwed up, or they're lawyers, that's why business is so screwed up, because all they do is sue all day long, but they have no idea how to create a job, how to make a job, how to fund a business, how to create jobs by putting up $1 million of your own money, how to pay anyone's health insurance. All they know how to do is sue people who create jobs and ruin their lives. And the third thing they all are is the media. They run the media, the most important people in American media. And 30 years ago, they were jumping up and down, screaming, high-fiving, and giving a standing ovation to the death of a man who I loved just because his sin was he was a Republican. And there was a game plan we all discussed at Columbia called Cloward Piven from those two professors. To bring down America and our capitalist system, we have to overwhelm the system with massive spending, entitlements, taxes, and debt. And that would cause the economy to collapse, wipe out the middle class, and bring America to its knees, bring Americans to their knees, begging government to save them. Folks, that's the exact plan that's happening in front of your eyes. Obama's implementing it right now, and the centerpiece is Obamacare. Obamacare isn't about health care. It's about bankrupting the middle class of the United States. So there's a two-class society. That's the story. That's it, folks. It all started at Columbia University. The key to this mess we're in all started 30 years ago with me and Obama at Columbia University. He's got the plan from there. I'm Wayne Allen Root, guest hosting today for Rusty Humphries. More in just a few minutes on the Rusty Humphries Show, my website, Root for America. Be right back.
God bless America. The Rusty Humphries Show, the American way.